Hi everyone, it's Eric Lalas. Today we're gonna study the benoni defense played as white. This defense is usually used by black against queen's pawn opening. White starts with d4, queen's pawn opening, c5, inviting white to advance, knight to f6, leading to benoni Indian defense, holding the center, c4, d6, transposing to Indian defense, and opening up the c8 h3 diagonal for his light squared bishop, knight to c3, taking his share of the center, g6, preparing to fianchetto his dark squared bishop, e4, gaining more space, bishop to g7, preparing to castle, knight to f3, black castles, white brings out his bishop and also preparing to castle, e6, challenging the pawn at d5, castle kingside. If black takes, white recaptures. If instead of taking the pawn at d5, black decides to take his rook to e8, white can take his knight to d2, holding the pawn at e4 and opening up the e2 h5 diagonal for his bishop. Black may continue with knight to a6, preparing to go to c7. White develops his rook, knight to c7, a4, b6, freeing his light squared bishop, rook to b1, and the rest of the game might continue with, for instance, rook to b8, queen to c2, a6, b4, challenging the c5 pawn, black takes, white recaptures. If black takes, white recaptures, knight to d7, the rook moves back, knight to c5, bishop to b2, f5, and bishop to f3. If black makes an experiment like knight to d7, white simply makes an exchange and black loses his pawn. Let's go back to the position where the pawn exchanges. If black decides to move his rook to e8, white replies with knight to d2, again holding the pawn at e4, knight to d7, a4, knight to e5, queen to c2, g5, and I'll just continue with a short line like rook to a3, a6, a5, rook to b8, knight to f3, black takes with a check, white recaptures, knight to g4, bishop takes, white recaptures, knight to a4, queen takes pawn, bishop takes pawn, bishop to h5, and rook to g3. This is a short study of the benoni defense. You can refer to the VGN of this video on my blog site, and feel free to download sample games of this opening. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a nice weekend.